How's it going, guys? It's PoetryStud, and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines Episode 2. Where we last left off, we had just kind of gotten the basic parts of our city put in to place. And yeah, I think what we're going to do is start building some other stuff. So we obviously need a school. We obviously need a medical clinic. However, those both cost 10,000 each. We only have 20,000 to spend. We could take a $20,000 loan, and we probably will. But I think first off, we should spend some money on garbage. That's important. Our electricity, we will have to build another one soon. But let's go ahead and first get a landfill area put in place. Like I said, this area of our city is going to be our industrial area, I guess you could say. And one thing we're going to do is we're going to be we're going to be building this road. This is going to be one of our central highways. So let's go ahead and I want to take this. It costs to relocate, but I think it's going to be worth it. Let's just relocate to right there. This is, maybe this is a waste of money when I shouldn't be wasting money, but still, I think that's okay. We're going to go ahead and build this out to like right there. And then what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to take this. So this is going to come in here. And I'm also going to take this and build it out to the other way. To like right here. And then finally to right there. Well, do we really need to do that? No, that's unnecessary. Let's do that later. But for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to build out a whole bunch of these landfill sites, these these dumps or whatever. I think we can build that right there, and then eventually build the road out. But either way, so these are a little bit less expensive. But I think we're just we'll build one for now because that's all you really need. But yeah, let's see. So the garbage trucks will go ahead and go out. So they're gonna spawn in and do their thing. We could raise the budget if we wanted more, but we don't really need to. Let's go up to speed 2. I forget, it resets it to 1 every time you get a milestone. But either way, let's go ahead and look at our taxes. Normally for taxes, I set it up to like 11%. Even at like 13%, I normally don't complain too much, but 11% is good. It makes them happier if there's lower taxes too, which would make sense. But there's other ways to use the taxes to make them happier too. And that's one thing I like about this game is that obviously there's all the, a whole bunch of politics that you could argue, oh, it's better to do it this way, it's better to do it this way. But in Cities Skylines, you can really make anything work if you kind of counteract it in different ways. And I like that. They kind of take a very unbiased, neutral approach, saying you can be very, progressive, or you could be very, like, low taxes and libertarian. I don't know. You know what I mean. Also, this is something I didn't realize. So apparently there's this whole, like... So there's, like, mountains over there, and there's a river coming out of them at some point that then comes down here and feeds into this, what I would assume is an ocean or a sea. Maybe it's, like, the Mediterranean, because I believe this is... I don't know. This is, like, just tropical in general, so it could be anything, I guess. But, yeah, you have this, like, this little river that's coming out here, but then at the same time, you have, like, this is actually a spring or a source of water that then feeds out into like a lower ocean over there, which seems a little strange, but I'm not going to question it. But still, that's okay. That's interesting, at least, that the water is spawning here. The water physics in this game are very strange, I will say that. Because, like, it's spawning here, but it doesn't, there's no way to, like, really get, like, flood things, even if you try. Well, there is, but, like, what am I trying to say? Like, building dams and stuff is a little bit wonky, but we might actually try to build a dam at some point. Probably in this river would be the best, but who knows? We'll see. Maybe we'll stick to other forms of electricity and stuff. Either way, let's go ahead and take out a loan, a $20,000 loan. We'll go ahead and do a medical clinic. I think will probably be the best. So let's put the medical clinic right in a fairly central location. What about there? Because we're going to be expanding out this way, so, as far as education, we'll put a school in right about like there. And there's all of our basic services that we have so far covered. So that's good. We'll obviously be building more, but in the future, but in you know, at this point, I think this is looking pretty all right. You can see that everything is flowing pretty well, as you would expect at this point. Stuff starts to get harder later. But we've gotten past the initial difficulty spike of trying to get your city going. We're making money now, and we still have room to grow. Oh, there's something. We need to get another wind turbine. Okay, let's do that. There we go. So we have that power, and so now it should be good. Yep. Water is still fine. Probably don't need water until we get to like 2,000 or something, another water source. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. One thing that's fun is that we could try to build like a lake over here or something. I've tried that in the past though, and it's a little bit wonky, but we could try to build like a little pond or something. And you can see there is going to be starting to get pollution coming out of this water drain pipe, but that's okay. It's unavoidable in the early game. Later on, you can start to reduce that by quite a bit, but yeah. Okay. So we're making a good chunk of change now. Seems like we've pretty much filled up all of our space. Okay. So in that case, what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and start to expand our city. So let's go over here and go like that. Sure. And I think we'll see. So we probably want to do like that. That's a good enough city block, I think, for my taste. Basically you want to have a sort of a pattern like this. You want to have a pattern where you have major roads that then encircle smaller districts that have quieter roads, and then on the outside you have the businesses, so that way the trucks can reach them without having to go through the center of these smaller roads. And that normally seems to work out pretty well in my experience. It means that the people have quick access to the stores, but they are not like crowded around by the stores in their residential areas and stuff. So I normally like to do it sort of like that. We'll see if I can continue to make it work, but let's go ahead and do a road right there, and it's probably fine. So then we'll probably go ahead and have another set of roads coming out like this, and this. And what we'll do is we'll go like this. This is gonna look weird. This is gonna be one of the stranger sets of roads I've built for sure, but that's okay. Let's wait for some more money to come in. Well, we can just keep it on pause. As long as we're making money, it's fine to have it on pause. I'm pretty sure, it would seem to me. So let's just wait, and we might as well go up to speed 3. Okay. So let's just go on speed 3 and wait for money. There we go. Wait for money. And there we go in a second. Come on. There we go. Cool. We obviously have a ton of demand for residential right now, as we are in a period of rapid growth, you could call it. Yeah, and here's the thing. What I think we'll do is we'll probably have this all be residential except for up to that point. So right there. That's all going to be residential. But we'll probably have some commercial on this side of this street up here, up ahead. Like right there and right there. The reason being that we need to have it spaced out in a manner where there is going to be at least some sources of stores for the people to go to. We'll probably have some on this side as well, and then but then also have a good chunk more residential on this side. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Power is already getting a little bit iffy again, so we're going to have to, in a second, go ahead and build another wind turbine. I like to use wind turbines because I don't have pollution, but coal is also not too bad. Okay, well, in the early game at least. So we are Worthy Village. We got a whole bunch more money because of that, which is helpful. We are able to buy a new area. We have districts, policies, a second loan, district specializations, and services policies. And we also get police and emergency services. Okay, that's pretty good. I like this. I like this this level because then you get to start having forestry, forestry and agriculture. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and bump it up to speed 2. But then also let's look at what we can do. So first off, what I think we want to do is once we run out of space here, what we'll probably do is rezone this the industry to here. And stuff. But, you know, before we do anything else, we should go ahead and remember to do a police station, which we'll do here on this side. And let's do it right here next to the school, is that? And then we do want to build a fire department right here. It's better to do the fire department right near the industry sectors because they have fires a lot more frequently. So we'll go ahead and do that right there. And there's also, for the new disaster stuff, there's all these things that you can build for disasters. Hopefully we don't have any of those anytime soon, but we could. That's always a little bit scary. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Beyond that, let's see. Are the garbage trucks doing alright? Reaching everyone? How many trucks are in use? Only 2, so obviously we have quite a bit of room to grow in that regard. So let's go ahead and zone out some more not agriculture, but other stuff. Let's look. So this is our natural resources. So you can see there's a whole bunch of ores and stuff over here. There's a whole bunch of farming over here. There is a lot of forestry in other areas, but I think what my plan is eventually we're going to have this be forestry across the river. But we obviously have a ton of farming that's going to be this whole area. This area, not a whole bunch of farming. There's a tiny bit more stuff that we could be making use of, but I don't think that we really care about that too much. So instead, what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and zone this area out to be a larger industrial area. And what I'm going to do with this is, for now, we're going to build it out to be like right there. That's fine. I don't really care about that too much yet. I'm mostly just doing it so I don't, forget in the future. You can also go ahead and do stuff like this. Start having these roads be built out. What I'll probably do now is have like a little lattice pattern almost. Do that there, and then maybe have like this here. Yeah, it looks a little weird, but it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't need to be super min-maxy at this point in time. We also have these policies and districts, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, either way, that looks pretty good, I think. Let's go ahead and I think we might as well start getting ready to build more residential areas and stuff on this side. Let's also go ahead and build a little more stuff like this. This. That. That. Before I forget, we also need to do another wind turbine. Let's do a few more of those. That should be good for a while now. Let it percolate out. There we go. Power has been, figured out. Beyond that, there's a fire right there. Luckily, firemen are going to go ahead and figure that out. There we go. Oh, it's spreading. I forgot that they added it so that, it could spread from house to house, but looks like they got it under control. Okay. Beyond this, what else do we need to do? Let's go ahead and start building out here. So eventually we might want to have this be like a beachfront property. We're going to have to figure out how to do that. But this is going to be like a little lagoon or something. We just have to figure out how to do that. So for now, we're not going to worry about that too much. Instead, we're just going to worry about having a road be right there. And it's obviously not going to be like the greatest looking, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. We'll just go ahead and do this and have a major road there. And then we basically have ourselves a whole nother sector that we can kind of split up and use how we'd like to, you know, put in some more residential areas. So let's go ahead and bisect this way. That's probably fine. It might get a little congested in the future when we have high density stuff, but it's fine. For now, let's go and do like that, and this will be pretty simple this time. Just go like that and that. It's probably not the most efficient way that we could be doing it, but it's fine. There we go. That's one half. Let's do the other on the other half. I don't want to delete those power lines yet because I would break the whole connection. So I tell you what we'll do instead. First off, I think one thing we'll do is we're gonna have a row of shops, like lining down that way, and then over here as well, we'll probably have these shops, and hopefully that'll connect them up to the grid in some fashion or another when those come in. But they're probably not gonna come in just yet, so let's just hold on. Okay. If we wanted to, we could build a coal power plant, and that might be a good idea because they produce 40, whereas these only produce 0 to 8. So it might be a good idea, just even if it's just temporarily, let's just temporarily put in a coal power plant over here, so that we have enough power, you know. That'll be good. That's really going to help. And again, we want to start rezoning this industry once we get enough demand to drive it. Let's go ahead and I think we'll continue doing our piping stuff. And one thing I really like about this game is the fact, because you don't have to build, there's always stuff you can be doing, and it's nice because it doesn't feel like busy work. It feels good and organic, you know. But at the same time, it's really nice because you don't have to do lots of the busy work because of the fact that they have it all upgrading and you know, building up new areas automatically. You just tell them where to build, and that's so nice, you know. It'd be cool if there was a way to, you know, if you wanted to, you could opt into like manually building buildings, because that would be cool too if you wanted to be like an architect. But there's already stuff you can do like what would you call it, landscape architecture, I guess. You can already like make custom parks and stuff, and I'm sure we'll do that at some point. We'll probably eventually we're gonna have a large chunk of like office spaces and high density apartment buildings and skyscrapers all in like an L here is what I'm pretty much planning to do. Like it's more like going in a different direction too, but we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff there, and that's what's gonna allow me to have like a big old like central park essentially. Okay, so we are a tiny town now. We've reached a population of 1,400. We have landscaping now, which is nice. We got parks and plazas, level 2 unique buildings, and some other stuff, but nothing too major. No major services. Still, that's good. We also have unique buildings, which is always fun. Cool. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so there we go. Quite a bit of need for residential now. Let's look at power. Is it hooked up? It is. Okay, so we could probably go ahead and whenever we feel like it, we can delete those power lines now. Again, this is pretty much all residential as far as the eye can see, which is lovely. We have a little bit of commercial in the middle of it, but that's okay. For the most part, that's okay. Let's not do that area yet, though. So what we're going to do now is come in here, delete these things. Ooh, crack in my neck. Feels good. So we'll delete that. Delete that. And then we'll go like that. And that. And like that. And that. Cool. There we go. And we'll also have that there. And that's going to really drive demand. Well, not drive demand, satisfy demand in the in this whole area. So we're going to be massively expanding our reach. Look at this. We looked just in time to see that we need a new, what's it called? A new, we don't need any more healthcare right now, which is good. We do need another school. I think we'll go ahead and build this near the waterfront. You know, your kids can go and play right near the perilous cliff that leads into a poisonous lake. Lovely. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. And as we go on, our people will start to be more and more educated. Right now, it's the majority of our people are uneducated. That's because all the people that moved in to start with were uneducated. So it's okay. It'll be fine in the future. And all of our demand is met right now. My timer just went off, so we'll end fairly quickly now. But we also have a high school, so we need to build this high school. How much does it cost? Like 20,000, right? 24,000. Okay. Have we paid off our loans? No, we do not. We have not paid off our loans, but that's okay. Taxes. Let's bump up our taxes to 12%. There we go. We're making a little bit more money from that now. And we can look at the charts if we want. But as long as we're making money, I don't really care to min-max it too much. You can now build canals. I don't remember what canals are for. I think it's like, I don't know. I think you can use canals to like basically prevent flooding and stuff, or get rid of flooding, but I don't know. I really haven't found a good use for canals in my experience. It does help. It would help with flooding, but it'd be cooler if there was a way to make like gondolas and have like a Venetian sort of style city. That'd be really cool, but without that, then canals are not really as interesting in my opinion, but that's okay. I think you can also use it to like bring, like irrigate stuff, like bring water to areas of a city. Like I wonder if you could do a, you know, you do a canal over to here, but would that help? I don't know. I'm not sure if that actually helps with irrigation, as you might expect, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it either way because they don't really fit in. Maybe eventually when we have enough money and stuff, and we can risk it. But at some point, we will also want to smooth out this area, I think. Okay, so we do have enough for our high school now. Let's go ahead and put the high school in. Oh, we can also buy new land. I've completely forgot about that. We're gonna have a whole nother residential chunk, so let's put it in a central location. Well, actually, let's just put it in a central location for this chunk, and we'll probably need a whole nother high school for that area, is what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and put it like, okay, right there. Yeah, in a fairly residential area, nice little neighborhood area. Yeah, I think that's the right choice. Okay. We do have some industry demand. What I think I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to start building out this chunk of area over here. Like, this whole area can be industrial, as far as I'm concerned. That should be fine. The traffic will eventually probably start to get a little backed up, which is why eventually we might want to make another off-ramp or something. But I don't know. At the same time, I don't know if we're actually going to be buying that area of land. Speaking of buying land, we can actually buy a chunk of land. And basically, we should keep in mind that actually, by the end game, we'll actually start to run out of tiles to buy. You only have 9 tiles total out of 25 total tiles in the game. So it's like 5 by 5 by 5 by 5. So it's quite large, but you only get to buy 9 of those. So we could do a 3 by 3, like have like this, you know, that would be 9. But I don't think we want to do that. It's not really that interesting over here. I like to have like the coastline and stuff. So we're gonna buy this one eventually. We're gonna buy this one eventually. We're gonna buy this one, maybe right now. And I eventually want to buy like those two. So that's one, because I like that coastline and stuff. So, and also the highway access is nice. So it would be like, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 9 would maybe buy right here. Oh, but hey, look at that. We can actually buy 2 areas now. We also get buses for transportation and highways. So that's really helpful for building that stuff. We also get a whole bunch more buildings, a disaster response unit, medical helicopter depot, small emergency shelters, cemeteries, bus depot, advanced wind turbine, which is really awesome. So let's go ahead and buy some new areas before we do anything else. I think one is going to be here because it'll allow us to get access to this train system. Like, we need this tile for the train and also for the forestry. Because, you know, we could build forestry over here and over here, but it'd be much nicer to have it directly connected to our industry because it actually supplies the industry with the raw resources, which is helpful. So let's buy this one. Let's also, I think we're going to buy this one. I think we want to do that, but do we? I think it'd be nice to have this other highway connection. We can start building over here. And again, I definitely want to go out to that point over there. That looks good. But it could be nice to buy this tile too. I don't know, but we're going to end the video after this. So let's make a quick decision here. I think we're going to go ahead and buy this one. Yeah, we'll buy that one. That's fine. Cool, there we go. So we've got quite a bunch more space to work with now, which is very exciting. And we also have this train track over here, which will help. Either way, I'm going to wrap up this episode here, so thank you guys for watching. Go leave a like and subscribe for more. Your support means a lot since this series is early on. Either way, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.